You know that feeling? That awful, suffocating feeling where you know exactly what you need to do. You know it would make your life better, but something invisible is holding you back. You're not lazy. You're not broken. Your brain is just lying to you. And today, I'm going to show you why, and more importantly, how to hack your own brain to get things done. Let's go. Here's the truth nobody told you. Procrastination isn't about laziness. It's not about being disorganized. It's about your brain doing exactly what it evolved to do: avoid pain.
See, the moment a task enters your brain, let's say a big exam, a work project, a fitness goal, your brain doesn't see a to-do list item. It sees a threat, and it immediately starts analyzing your emotions about that task.
If you're anxious, stressed, or afraid of failing, your brain goes into protection mode. Why stress now? Let's deal with it later. And just like that, you've been hijacked. But here's where it gets really interesting. In 2014, researchers at the University of Virginia did something absolutely wild. They put people in an empty room. Nothing to do. No phone. No book. No distractions. Just them and their thoughts. But here's the twist. They gave them a button. And every time they pressed it, they got an electric shock. Not a deadly shock. A mild one. Uncomfortable. Painful enough that before the experiment, people said they'd pay money to avoid it. But guess what happened? They got bored. Really, really bored. And one by one, they started pressing that button, electrocuting themselves, just to feel something. 67% of men pressed it. 25% of women. One guy, one absolute legend, pressed it 190 times in 15 minutes. And that, my friend, is the key to everything. Your brain would rather feel pain than feel nothing. It would rather scroll TikTok for 3 hours, eat junk food, or binge watch shows than sit with the discomfort of starting something important. Because at least those things give it dopamine. At least it feels alive. So when you have that big task looming, and suddenly cleaning your room, making tea, or reorganizing your apps becomes the most interesting thing in the universe. That's not you being lazy. That's your brain choosing the electric shock over the empty room. But here's the good news. You can hack this, and it's simpler than you think. Step 1. Give your brain the electric shock. Wait, what? Not literally. What I mean is, when you have a task, don't give yourself options. Remove every single distraction. Phone in another room. Wi-Fi off if you don't need it. No tea, no snacks, no just checking one thing. You sit down with 2 choices only. Do the task, or sit there and do absolutely nothing. Remember the experiment? People chose pain over boredom. Your brain will choose work over boredom too. It will find the task interesting simply because it's better than staring at a wall. But you have to be ruthless. No negotiating. No, just 5 minutes of Instagram. Boredom is your weapon. Use it. Step 2. Break it down. Your brain fears big tasks because they feel overwhelming. So don't give a big task. Give it tiny, stupidly small tasks. Open the laptop. Write 1 sentence. Read 1 paragraph. That's it. Because here's the secret. The hardest part of any task is starting. Once you start, momentum takes over. That tiny dopamine hit of finishing 1 small step, it feeds the next step and the next. Before you know it, you're in flow. You're not forcing yourself anymore. You're actually enjoying it. Step 3. Find an accountability partner. Not just anyone. Not your friend who's worse than you and will drag you to make tea together. Find someone who's already doing the work. Someone you respect. Tell them, I'm finishing this in 2 hours. Check on me. Why does this work? Because your brain now has an audience. It hates looking bad in front of others even more than it hates starting. That social pressure? It's another electric shock. Use it. And finally, step 4. Be your own boss. Set a hard deadline, even if nobody's watching, even if there's no punishment. Tell someone, I'll show you results by 6 p.m. and then actually show up. But here's the most important part. When you fail, and you will fail sometimes, don't make excuses. Don't say I tried, or I ran out of time, or it was harder than I thought. Say, I failed. I'll try again. Because every time you make an excuse, you're training your brain to procrastinate again. Every time you own the failure, you're training it to fight back. Look, your brain isn't your enemy. It's just doing what it thinks is protecting you. But you're smarter than your brain. You know that the pain of starting is always less than the pain of regret. So right now, right now, pick 1 thing you've been putting off. 1 thing. Break it into the smallest possible step. Remove every distraction and just start. If this video helped you, hit that like button and drop a comment. Now go. Your brain is waiting. And this time, you're in control.